Daisyless here, and today I'm going to be showing you how I make my custom props. We are also here with Memer Dudes, but you can't see him. Hi. So, as you can see on the screen right here, we have three foxes for 3 examples. You always need your examples when making a prop. I will be showing you how to make 2 types of props today. Animal props and object props. So we have our foxes here, and we have our girl here. You do need your gotcha character because it will show you the proportions of how big you need the prop. So we're going to start. So I always start. So we're going to be making a sitting down fox. That's why we have 2 examples that are sitting down. But you also need one to stand up so you can see the things closer. I got a more realistic one right here, and a less realistic one, and that's sitting down, and then an even less realistic one that's standing up. So we have 3. So we have 3 examples. So now I'm going to show you one of my old pieces. Okay, here we are. So right here, I made a koala. I didn't get an example for that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to start. So because we're making a sitting down fox, I'm going to start with the tail. So we're going to make everything not appear except the examples. We want the examples to stay.
Why are you drawing a table?
I'm drawing a fox.
You just said you were going to draw a table.
I said a fox.
You said let's draw the table since you're sitting down.
I said let's draw the fox.
Oh, okay, sure.
So what we're going to... Oh, come on. No! So what we're going to do is we're going to try and draw the 2. I really like using the rulers because they help you a lot when trying to get the proportions right. We're going to do this. And we're going to make it smaller. Since it's a tail, it doesn't have to be humongous. Then we're going to make it fluffy at the end. Do it like this. So now we're going to go on another layer and start with the fox's body. Now we want to make the whole body instead of just cutting the body off at the tail, especially if you're making it in different poses. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to start at, so we're going to draw a fox without a tail. Always pay close attention to your example because they will give you certain details that you're going to need. So I'm going to draw this little foot here, and then I'm going to draw another foot here. See, right now, it doesn't look like the best, but we're going to try and draw another foot right here. See, ta-da! And then we're going to move this down a bit so we can draw the head. Now, you can always size it down, especially in Ibis Paint, the one we're using. So we're going to zoom in on the one that's not as cartoonish, that is cartoonish, but it's not as cartoonish. So we're going to do a fluffy neck right here. And then we're going to draw a tiny neck because I don't like drawing necks. They look weird.
Necks look weird.
They did look weird.
Humans shouldn't have necks. Or anything shouldn't have necks.
That's not what I meant. When you're drawing, it's harder to draw necks. Well, for me at least.
Well, then if things didn't have necks, then you wouldn't need to draw necks.
Most of the time in my drawings, I don't draw necks. If you like drawing necks, then go ahead. But I'm not. So as you can see here, we want to make it have that fluffy vibe. So if you want it to look more fluffy, we're going to shape it down and do it into a curving. And we're going to do more stuff here. And we're going to erase the outline so it'll look like its face is fluffy. You know what? No, that looks weird. Okay, so we're not going to do fluff on this fox. But if you want to do fluff, that's completely fine. Now we're going to do the ears. Okay, now you see we're getting cut off here. So we're going to size the fox down again. Ta-da! Okay, and then we're going to put fluff in the ear. Always do the coloring last. Always. And then what we're going to do is, because it's just fluff, we're going to put a line there to make it look like chest fluff. Now I'm going to do this with the leg. But you don't have to do that. No, I'm not going to do that, but if you guys decide to do that, that's fine. Alright, so now we see there are face markings. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at it for a minute. And we're going to draw the face markings. So I like using it in a brighter color. So I know they are face markings and not the outline. What do you like to do, Aiden?
Huh?
What do you like to do for your drawings?
Oh, for my drawings. You mean like the process?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I don't really do anything like that. I just draw the face, then put the head, and that's it. I don't normally draw bodies.
I tend to draw more animals than humans.
Okay. If I draw an animal, it's normally a monster. Animal.
I know that looks really weird right now, but we are going to fix it so it doesn't look like it's wearing a mask. Trust me, they all look creepy from the beginning. Okay, now that eye is uneven, so we're going to fix this. Like, oh my god, that's the eyes? No, I don't draw eyes like that. So now we're going to remove the selection and grab the foxtail. Stop. Grab the foxtail and take the foxtail off transparent. Now, what we're going to do, pay attention, is we're going to transform it, go into perspective mode, and rotate it. Now, here is where... So, if you are making them in different poses, copy this layer. So, duplicate this layer and put it on transparent. And then go to the other layer and erase the part that is making it so you can't see the foxtail. Now, if you realize your foxtail is too big, you can always size it down. And not size down the fox like I'm doing. Or if you realize it's in the wrong placement or whatever, you can move it. And as you saw right there, I was undoing everything because I realized I made a big oopsie, so I'm going to fix it.
What did you do?
I almost erased half the fox. Okay, So now, as you can see, the tail looks weird since it's so small compared to the actual fox outline. See?
Yeah.
And it just looks weird in general. So if you think the position is what's making it look weird, then change it up. And then what you're going to do is you're going to fix the outline so it blends in with the rest of the fox. So here you see we got our fox outline pretty much done. As you see. Now, if you feel like the tail is in the position you want it to be, you can merge it down if you're confident enough, which is what I'm going to be doing. Now, don't start coloring. You need to finish the face first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some eyebrows. I'm going to make it a little shy fox. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the eye details. Now, I like to do my eyes for animals different from the way I do my humans. So I put a dot in the corner of the eye, dot near the middle of the eye. And where you put the dot on the corner is where you want the eye to look. You can make it look derpy, make them look separate directions,
Support dirt.
or just have them look like a normal fox.
Or you can make it derpy.
I'm not making it derpy.
Derpy.
And now we're going to draw the nose. I'm very picky on how my noses work. So I also want to highlight on the nose, and it's good to do it around the corners. What are you drawing?
Some weird, I don't know. It's like the dinosaur, maybe? I don't know.
This is also how I do faces for red pandas. Do it the same way.
That's part of the video. You should just like put what I'm drawing right now in like the corner of the screen.
How would I do that?
I'll tell you later.
Okay. So I just realized this neck fluff looks weird, so I'm going to fix it. And here's the time where you would do the details. Now, I'm going to put this down to 0.9, and I'm going to do a little bit of fluff here and there.
I always do my details like at the very beginning. I don't like do simple stuff and then not simple stuff.
Now it's time to color! So what we're going to do is, because we had this be gray earlier, we're going to go over it with a black brush. Oh, if you're wondering what pen I'm using felt tip pen soft the whole time. For anyone who's using Ibis paint with me.
Molly,
Mm-hmm.
to people that don't know, which is probably everyone, my video's been uploading for like 5 hours. Just editing. I'm happy. Go watch it after. On Emerdunes.
Okay. So now that we put the black there, we're going to use our magic wand and click every part that's going to be orange, or the main color of the fox. And we're going to get that orange in a brush, not a bucket. The buckets don't work well in Ibis Paint. If you've been on Ibis Paint for a while, you know they're weird. And then we're going to do some shading here. So what I do for shading is I grab a slightly darker color and shade every part that needs to be shaded. I usually do around, like, fluff and whatever. Sometimes a little under the eyes, or above the eyes. And for ears, I do exactly what you're seeing right now. So now you see it is orange with shading. And then we're going to highlight the cheeks with our magic wand with the shading. And we're going to grab white. And I like to do this with all my animals. If you don't like to do this with your... Oh my god, that shading is horrible. So we're going to do... That's white. I just realized it's white. Okay. I'm making a lot of mistakes in this, but everyone makes mistakes. So because the cheek is white instead of its normal color, I'm going to do orange for its highlight. Now this may look weird, or if you don't want to do that, I'm going to do freckles.
Freckles?
Freckles on a fox. No, that looks weird. Don't do orange freckles, it looks like pimples. Unless you're doing it on a human. Now you want to color, for freckles, you want a color that is like, if you're having a white fluff fox, you're going to, and you're doing freckles, you're going to need a gray. And you just want to tap everywhere randomly. It's like how I do my fluff and make it look fluffy, is I just tap everywhere. Sometimes I make it almost transparent, so I can't see it, but I'm still tapping, and it's making its natural look, because I'm actually not looking. Because hair isn't perfect, and neither is freckles. So, now we have our fox freckles.
That's cute.
And I'm also going to do some blush. So we're going to grab this white, and then we're going to go slightly over. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to Airbrush Triangle. Now, we're going to put it to a pretty low one. I'm doing 11.1. And we're going to just go in a circle motion and make it how you want. If you want a light blush, then you can have a light blush. And you want to be very slight with the blush. You want to put it near the eyes, but not too close to the eyes. So now that we got our face all good, we're going to do some shading here. Now we want to do a slight, for shading for the face, you want a very slight, I need to speak, very little shading. Because if you put too much shading on the face, it will draw, because the face is what draws attention to the viewer. If you put too much shading on the face, it will draw attention away to other places with less shading. So we're going to put very little shading, especially on the cheeks with the blush. The blush is very unique to the face, so is the freckles. So you want it to look very little. Now, if you want to put a little more blush on, a little more shading on the muzzle, then you can. So now what we're going to work on is the ears. Now, there is a lot of fluff in a fox's ears. When I mean a lot, I mean a lot. So we're going to go up, like that. So we can make the details more intricate. Now this is most of the time where I stretch, is where I'm doing little details, because little details hurts your arms, especially if you're doing it digitally. And we're going to do some fluff here and there. Just do little spikes. Don't do lines because they'll look like hair. There you go. Now, your fox is almost complete. All you have to do is color in its fur or make its background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and take some. Also, I'm going to do a little extra detailing with the feet. I'm going to go over here and take this color and make it look like it has black feet. Now, if you don't want to do this, you don't have to. This is just adding some detailing. I'm also going to do the same with the ears. And here we go. Our fox is finished.
Hooray. Did it.
Hope you like this video. Please like and subscribe and check out Memer Dudes, who is also is drawing with me. He's not following my tutorial, but he's drawing something else.
Yeah. I'm always gonna put up a picture in the corner of what I'm drawing. It looks really weird. I don't know what it is.
And I hope to see you in another video. Goodbye. Daisyless Clover out.